Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Who will win? Arsenal or Manchester United? We have not beaten Arsenal yet in the league under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Solskjaer has not yet beaten Mikel Arteta as Manchester United manager. Solskjaer has lost twice to Mikel Arteta in the two appearances they've had against each other. Today's game is the third appearance between Mikel Arteta and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Obviously, Arsenal beat us at the Emirates last season 2-0, and they beat us at Old Trafford earlier on this season 1-0. That was Arsenal's first win at Old Trafford in the Premier League since 2006. This is a massive game for us and we must beat Arsenal. We've got to bounce back from that 2-1 loss to Sheffield United recently, because that was an abysmal performance against Sheffield United. It was Sheffield United's first win at Old Trafford since 1973, and it was just their second win this season and their first Premier League away win of the season, but it was our first defeat in the league since November the 1st. We've been very, very poor at Old Trafford this season. I think now, is it 5 games at Old Trafford we've lost this season in the Premier League. But away from home, we've been very, very good. We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League for over a year. We are unbeaten in our last 17 Premier League away games. We equalled the record from the 98-99 season. So if we do beat Arsenal today, we would have broken that record. Arsenal have been in very, very good form in the league recently. They recently beat Southampton 3-1. They had that setback in the FA Cup last weekend. They lost 1-0 to Southampton. Earlier on in the season, Arsenal were very, very poor. At one point, they were facing a relegation battle. They were sitting 15th. And obviously earlier on in the season, there was a lot of Arsenal fans that were demanding Mikel Arteta out. But I think now there's a lot of Arsenal fans that are Mikel Arteta in. Arsenal have had a very, very good record against us at the Emirates in the league in recent years. Mikel Arteta has been Arsenal manager for over a year. He is their third manager since Arsene Wenger. Now, obviously, before Arsenal had Arteta, they had Freddie Ljungberg in on a temporary basis. Before they had Freddie Ljungberg, they had Unai Emery. Unai Emery got sacked after like 18 months. And like I said, before Emery, they had Arsene Wenger. Arsenal had Arsene Wenger for 22 years. It's always a big game as Man United Arsenal, but it was always a massive fixture when we had Ferguson and when they had Wenger, the two longest serving managers. Mikel Arteta won his first trophy as Arsenal manager last season. Arsenal won the FA Cup. They've won the FA Cup 14 times. They are the most successful team in FA Cup history. Like I said on the preview, Arsenal's squad on paper is very, very good. They've got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, probably their best player. Not too sure if he's going to be involved today, because recently he has been absent because of his mother's health issues. Don't forget, we inquired about getting Aubameyang a while back. I also liked Aubameyang a lot during his time at Borussia Dortmund. I like Lacazette a lot. I rate him. I like Willian. Arsenal brought him in from Chelsea. Mikel Arteta recommended him in. I do like Nicolas Pepe. Arsenal got him from Lille. Didn't enjoy the best of starts to his Arsenal career, but as time's gone on, he's settled in very, very well. They've just brought that Martin Odegaard in. I presume he's going to be Arsenal's new number 10. And I think he's going to be making his debut today. They've got that Smith Rowe, who I like. He's recently been out with injury. They've got Thomas Partey, who I rate a lot. He's made an impact since he went to Arsenal. Mikel Arteta recommended him in. Saka, I do like him a lot. Young player, got a lot of development in him, and he's been in form recently. They've also got that El Neni. They've got Pablo Mari. Mikel Arteta recommended him in. I think he's out with injury. They've got that Cedric Soares, who they brought in from Southampton. Mikel Arteta recommended him in. They've got that Gabriel Magalhaes, who I rate a lot. Mikel Arteta recommended him in. So Arteta's made quite a few signings since he became Arsenal manager. They've got that Kieran Tierney, who I've always rated. You know, he's done good since he went to Arsenal. He was very, very good at Celtic. But he has sustained quite a few injuries. Arsenal have got David Luiz. They brought him in from Chelsea. They've got Mustafi. There's actually been rumours of him leaving Arsenal. They've got Hector Bellerin, who I like. They've got Rob Holding. Don't really rate Rob Holding a lot, to be honest with you. They've got that Ainsley Maitland-Niles. There's been narratives of him possibly leaving Arsenal. Their number one goalkeeper is Leno. They got that Granit Xhaka as well. I don't really rate that Granit Xhaka, to be honest with you. They got that Reece Nelson, who I do like a lot as well. So they have got a few good young players as well, have Arsenal. I think they've got that Nketiah. He was on loan with Leeds last season. Mikel Arteta is inheriting some of Unai Emery's players. Unai Emery made quite a few signings when he was Arsenal manager. I think a few players have left who Unai Emery brought in. Now, don't forget Ozil left Arsenal not so long ago. Ozil was a long-serving player for Arsenal. They loaned Lucas Torreira out. They also loaned Guendouzi out. They let quite a few players go in recent years. They let Lichtsteiner go. They let Laurent Koscielny go. They let Danny Welbeck go. I think Jack Wilshere also left them under the Unai Emery era. Aaron Ramsey left them quite a few years ago. Samir Nasri left them quite a few years ago. Alex Iwobi also left them. Walcott left them a while back. Don't forget, we've done business with Arsenal before. We got Robin Van Persie from them back in 2012. You can say Robin Van Persie won us the league in 2013, reflects on the goals he scored. And we got Alexis Sanchez off them back in 2018. Sanchez, you know, was very, very inconsistent for us. He endured a difficult 18 months with Man United. By the way, Arsenal have also got Dani Ceballos. Think he's been out with injury recently. But like I say, it is a must-win game for Manchester United. I've just given you my reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference ahead of this game. Obviously, he was asked which lessons we could learn following the lost to Sheffield United in midweek, and asked about the prospect of facing Mikel Arteta. Obviously spoke about possible departures. Obviously Solskjaer spoke about the racist abuse that Axel Tuanzebe and Anthony Martial got on social media. Solskjaer thinks it's unacceptable. Solskjaer mentioned Martin Odegaard, he rates him a lot. Solskjaer insists that Jesse Lingard still has a future at Manchester United. Obviously Solskjaer's confirmed that Marcos Rojo is set to leave. Obviously provided us with an update on Bailly. Solskjaer's confirmed that Bailly has travelled because he's recently had an injury, and Bailly's played very, very well since he started playing again, and I certainly prefer him to Victor Lindelof. He's also confirmed Amad Diallo Traore's debut. He's going to be making his debut for the under-23s against Liverpool. So yeah, these were the things that he went through during the press conference. By the way, Solskjaer's given advice on Anthony Martial improving his form. Solskjaer backs Martial to rediscover his form, because he has been out of form this season, and there's a lot of Man United fans that are saying that Anthony Martial needs to be dropped. Solskjaer also denies that we are over-relying on Bruno Fernandes. After Arsenal, we have got Southampton, and that's going to be another tough game for us. But like I say, we are going to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at least another season at Manchester United. I don't know if he is the long-term manager for Man United, but obviously, reflecting on that loss against Sheffield United, I'm not going to change my perception on Solskjaer after just one bad game. A lot of United fans are still Ole in. Solskjaer has been criticised a lot as Manchester United manager, especially earlier on in the season, reflecting how inconsistent we was. But with how good that we've been in recent months, our perceptions have started to change on Solskjaer. I think, reflect on the progress he's made, he is on course to earn himself a new contract now. Solskjaer has confirmed that there has been no discussions yet over him getting a new contract at the club. Solskjaer has just 18 months left on his current contract. We do deserve credit for sticking with Solskjaer, because he could have easily have been sacked as Manchester United manager, because we have endured bad periods under him. You can say he was lucky not to be sacked earlier on in the season. After us getting knocked out of the Champions League, he was lucky not to be sacked after our 6-1 defeat to Tottenham. He was lucky not to be sacked at the first part of last season, because, the first part of last season we enjoyed our worst start to a Premier League season for 30 years. But Ed Woodward obviously come out and assured that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job was safe, even when we was enduring them bad periods, because, like I've mentioned before, our board have a soft stance on Solskjaer, with him being a club legend. But I think certainly the board have failed Solskjaer in the transfer market again. And obviously Woodward promised that he'll back Solskjaer. He did say towards the end of last year that he will back Solskjaer with a long-term plan centred around summer transfer windows. But yes, Solskjaer did say not so long ago that we're not expecting to make any signings before this transfer window closes. I think we have got to make more signings, and I've given you the 3 areas where I think we need to strengthen up. I think we need a striker, we need a world-class midfielder, and we also need a centre-half. But there has been a lot of players on our agenda. Now, recently, I give you the news on Dayot Upamecano from RB Leipzig. Fabrizio Romano confirms our immediate plans for Upamecano. He did say, didn't he, there's no chances of him leaving in the coming days, but he said he will be sold in the summer. Upamecano is available for £38 million in the summer, because that's when his release clause does become active. Now, prior to the game against Liverpool in the Cup, Solskjaer urged us to beat Liverpool to the signing of Upamecano, and he said that Man United and Liverpool went head-to-head in the race for the player. It actually said that Bayern Munich were regarded as the favourites, and Sky Sports said not so long ago that Bayern Munich were in advanced talks. And Bayern Munich CEO Karl-Heinz Rummenigge confirmed their interest. Upamecano has been at RB Leipzig now for quite a few years. He's got a contract with them till 2023, signed that contract last year. And Leipzig paid €10 million for him from Red Bull Salzburg. You know, if we was to get him in, I think he'd complement Harry Maguire in our back line. You know the news on Declan Rice. Narratives have recently said that we've got a free run now at Declan Rice. Because Chelsea sacked Frank Lampard not so long ago after just 18 months in charge. And Frank Lampard's top target was Declan Rice, and he was infuriated when he missed out on him. But now, as far as I'm aware, Chelsea no longer in for him. But this was stemming from ESPN the other week, saying that Man United are set to rival Chelsea for Declan Rice. Liverpool have now expressed their interest. He said West Ham are considering lowering their asking price to £50 million for Rice, but they initially value him at £80 million. Now, I'd certainly take Declan Rice at Man United. He's young, he's got a lot of development in him. He's well Premier League proven, he breaks up the play well. He's predominantly a holding midfielder, but can also be deployed as a centre-half. He's got a contract with West Ham until 2024. There's also an option to extend his contract for a further 12 months. You know the news on Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. The last time I read up, like I updated you on, it said that Borussia Dortmund are relying on Jadon Sancho's sale. That was stemming from Sport 1. Because Dortmund, I think, are going to be forced to lower their demands, because it said they're expecting losses of around £88 million because of the coronavirus pandemic. But Borussia Dortmund said they're expecting Sancho to leave in the summer. He made an admission earlier on this season saying that he has enjoyed a difficult season with Dortmund, but he was happy to be back among the goals because he's done well recently. Sancho was our number one priority target last summer, but Dortmund's valuation was £108 million and we was not willing to meet that valuation, so we couldn't come to an agreement on the fee. That was the stumbling block, but said a few times last summer that the personal terms had been agreed and the agent fees had been agreed and even a contract had been agreed. And Fabrizio Romano, who's a very reliable Italian journalist, he's spoken about the Jadon Sancho transfer saga a few times. Bill's Christian Farks also spoken about it, but Dortmund made it clear to us last summer that we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. Sancho's got a contract with Dortmund till 2023. Dortmund paid just £8 million for him from Man City back in 2017. Ousmane Dembele, now he's been another player on our agenda. He said the other week that us and Chelsea were monitoring his contract situation at Barcelona because apparently he said that contract talks had stalled. The element of concern about Ousmane Dembele is that he's injury prone. Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would love to sign Erling Haaland. I'm not expecting Haaland to leave this year. I'm expecting him to leave next year. Next year, his £68 million release clause does become active. And the other week, Erling Haaland's father was talking about his transfer link to Man United. Back in 2019, Woodward and Solskjaer went to meet up with Haaland to negotiate a possible move to Man United. And the other day, I did give you the news on Kalidou Koulibaly. But I think it said that we are looking to make around 4 signings this year to complete our squad overhaul. But yeah, in this January transfer window, we have been focusing a lot more on the outgoings rather than the incomings. Solskjaer did say not so long ago that fringe players could leave before this window closes. Now, obviously, Lingard has gone out on loan to West Ham until the end of the season. West Ham have paid a loan fee of 1.5 million. And they've obviously covered his wages. So Lingard is now reuniting with David Moyes. Lingard did reject loan offers from West Brom and Newcastle, but ESPN said earlier on this month that we was going to allow him to go anyway. But Solskjaer did say at one point he actually wanted him to stay this month. But Lingard's obviously going to get game time at West Ham. You know, he wasn't getting it at Manchester United because he lost his place in our team a while ago. Solskjaer played in the Lingard hasn't played in the Premier League since July. You know, obviously this season played twice in the Carabao Cup and he played in the FA Cup third round against Watford. We did trigger that 1 year extension on his contract, Jesse Lingard. And don't forget, Lingard went a period without scoring a goal in the league and providing an assist for over a year. Odion Ighalo, he recently said his farewells to Manchester United as well. Like I said, Marcos Rojo is set to leave. That's been confirmed by Solskjaer. He said that Rojo's on the verge of joining Boca Juniors. Rojo obviously hasn't made an appearance for us since November 2019. He's actually got a calf problem at the moment, but he's sustained quite a few injuries at Man United. His contract expires at the end of the season, Rojo's. Second half of last season, he was out on loan with Estudiantes. You know, we got Rojo back in 2014 from Sporting Lisbon. Timothy Fosu-Mensah, he left the club earlier on in this window to join Bayer Leverkusen. We made the right decision getting rid of him. Phil Jones, he still remains at the club. He probably won't be leaving now in this January transfer window, but I think Man United do need to get rid of him. Solskjaer did confirm, don't forget that Sergio Romero is free to leave. I haven't really heard anything though about Sergio Romero. Facundo Pellistri, I think he's going out on loan as well. Obviously, there was narratives of Daniel James leaving because Daniel James has lost his place in the team. You know, Brandon Williams. There's been rumours of him going out on loan because Williams is now our third choice left back following the arrival of Alex Tellez. Williams seldom plays now. And I think more players could leave Man United in the summer. But there's also a lot of players that we are going to keep at the football club. But yeah, this January transfer window, Solskjaer's 4th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. But like I've said to you, you know, the board has been one of the biggest problems at the club for several years. You know, main explanations is because they haven't backed any of the managers enough that we've had since Ferguson left. Our recruitment policy's been poor. And also we've overpaid for players. And I think we've made mistakes since Ferguson left. And that explains why we was inconsistent for, you know, so long. You know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer knows how important it is to get his first trophy on the board as Man United manager because we haven't won a trophy for just over 4 years. And there's 3 trophies we can pursue this season. Now we can win the Premier League, we can win the FA Cup, and we can also win the Europa League. So a lot of United fans are now starting to believe we're not going to win the title. I've been very, very sceptical that we're going to win it this season anyway. But we are still certainly in the title race. Obviously, it is a must-win game today against Arsenal. I think we'll win another title at some point. No, if we do, it would be our first Premier League title since 2013. And it will be our 21st title overall. But to Solskjaer's credit, he hasn't really been cocky, has he? Because he has been playing a lot of mind games in recent weeks, insisting that we're not in the title race and all of that. But yeah, Solskjaer has been winning the old Man United back because, performances have improved disregarding the Sheffield United game. Key players are in form. We've come from behind in a lot of games this season, and we used to do that a lot under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. And like I've said to you, my biggest concern about Solskjaer is his decision making. Because in a lot of his games at Man United, he's been tactically naive. But there again, there's been some games where he has showed tactical flexibility. But he's got to show tactical flexibility persistently. Solskjaer's been Man United manager now for over 2 years. We appointed him in December 2018. And he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. And like I said, despite our reluctance to back Solskjaer with transfers, I still think he's made good signings as Man United manager. He's spent over £200 million at the club. We've got to give some credit to Solskjaer. He's got us to the FA Cup 5th round, got us to the EFL Cup semi-final earlier on in the season, lost that to Man City 2-0. Like I said, he's got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended in. So there you go. Solskjaer's gained some managerial experience, reflecting how long he's been at the club. Man United is the 3rd club in his managerial career. Before he came to us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, and before he was at Molde, he was at Cardiff. Solskjaer's record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. Solskjaer, did well last season, his first full season. Got us to 3 semi-finals, got us qualification for the Champions League, and also got us 3rd. So there you go. Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. We've sacked 3 managers since Ferguson retired, and that was Moyes. Sacked him after 10 months. He enjoyed a very short tenure at Man United. We finished 7th under the David Moyes era, and that's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. We sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. He did win the FA Cup, and we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years, despite him winning 3 trophies in his first season. And we're not even really known as a sacking football club. Now, like I've said to you before, no one is going to replicate Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy. No one's obviously going to last as long as he did. Ferguson brought success to Man United. Ferguson endured 27 years at the club, won a total of 38 major honours, including 13 Premier League titles. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at the club. And like I've put into the equation before, it does take some managers time to settle in. It took Jurgen Klopp time to settle in at Liverpool. But yeah, if Ferguson had got sacked in that 4-year period, wouldn't have had any success. Because obviously before Ferguson we was inconsistent as well. We weren't good under Ron Atkinson. We certainly weren't good under Frank O'Farrell. Got relegated under him back in 1974. And we weren't good under Wilf McGuinness. Didn't Wilf McGuinness enjoy 18 months at the club? But yeah, we haven't only had different managers with different philosophies since Ferguson left. We've, spent big on players in recent years. We've spent over £1 billion, is it? As well since Ferguson left. And we've brought around, 36, 37 players in. So there you go. And you already know the news on Paul Pogba. Fabrizio Romano's come out and said that his transfer away from Man United in the summer is still on the cards because he mentioned that Mino Raiola had been planning a move for Paul Pogba next summer. So we shall see. I will be on for match reaction after the game. Drop your comments, likes, below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.